children's division in 2008. And I represent babies through teens. Teens about 14, 15 years old. I modeled for many years. I was based in New York. I'm from Miami. I worked here and I worked in Europe. After modeling, I worked with production companies. I worked on music videos, commercials. How I got started as an agent, my sister worked at a production company and they were looking for a person to handle the kids casting. My sister said, I know who's perfect. My sister, she's great with kids. She loves kids. I do most of my own scouting. 90% of the kids I represent, I scout. I scout them. I'm out and about at the market, department store. If I see a child, I'll speak to the parent. I call them and I have an interview with them, one-on-one. I don't ever have an interview where I call 10 kids in at the same time. I go through everything and explain the whole industry. I have nieces and nephews, so we're at parks, skating centers, zoos, places with kids, so I'm able to scout. I get that question all the time from parents. How many kids are going to be there? I don't know. I only know how many kids I send. Most of the castings are request castings, meaning the client pre-selected the kids from their pictures. Again, that doesn't mean that there's going to be 10 kids. They may request a lot. They have to see the kids in person because they have to try clothes on and make sure they fit. That's for catalog and department stores. There are fashion photographers that do shoot the kids, but usually it's a kids photographer, just fun, happy, not posing, kids being natural. Clients, all the major department stores throughout the U.S., and we work with a lot of European clients, French, Italian, Swiss, Dutch, German, some department stores and catalogs, Macy's, Sears, Gap, Target, Children's Place, Carter's, Kmart, H&M, Walmart, Chasing Fireflies. I don't really have stage parents. I'm sure, they're out there, but I don't listen to what they say. I don't have time for it. Some kids are different. Some kids work more than others for many reasons. Some kids are homeschooled, so they're more available. The clothes that they use for photo shoots are sample clothing, and they come in the sample sizes. Kids have to fit the clothes in order to get booked. I take kids up to 14, 15 that are 5'3", 5'4", kids that are average height for their age. The fashion division, they have girls 15, 16 that are 5'10". When they're too big for clothing, there's lifestyle and commercial print and TV that they're still able to do. I've had several kids that I've represented, girls that ended up going over to the adult board. I have an Italian client coming in January to do a couple of editorials. There is Vogue Bambini from Italy, Vogue Bambini from Spain. There's Elle Kids, Junior Moda, an Italian children's fashion magazine. I represent about 200 kids, and that's all sizes, from babies up to teens. With babies, we use regular snapshots. Parents submit photos every 3 months with the baby's new height and new clothing size. Kids today, I have kids that work off of regular snapshots. They come into they're new, they come into the office, I take a digital, and they work off that. Abercrombie last week asked me to submit videos on 3 of my kids. So I sent digitals and then a little video of each kid. Clients do request digitals and videos. A video, it's to see their personality. A lot of times when clients ask for digital pictures because they want to see what they really look like. There's no guarantees, but kids can make anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 a year. All depends on the child. Some kids are in it for fun, and some kids are in it and they treat it as a business. This is Megan. She is 12 years old. I met her, where did I find her? Target. I found her at Target. And this is Tatum, her comp card. This is all her work. As you can see, she works a lot. This is Madison. She was actually referred to me from an agency in Tampa. She came in, I met with her and her mom. They sent her on a casting that same day and she booked it and she's been working ever since. This is Bryson. I actually found him, let's see. I was interviewing a child and her mom was showing me some pictures of her child with his long hair on pictures on her phone. As she was going through the pictures, I saw him, I said, stop, wait, who's this? So that's how I found him. She said, a friend of theirs, and I said, can you ask his mom to call me? She did, and he's a big booker too, works very well, and he is 12 now. You can be discovered many ways. If it's me not bumping into you, can always submit by email or mail to kids@frontmanagement.com.
Discover and learn the difficult A to Z terminologies of fashion, only here on Fashion Dictionary. Empire waist. Location of the waistline just under the bust line. The name of this style comes from its high-waisted styles, popular during the reign of the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. Here on Fashion Dictionary.
And welcome to London. I'm Stephanie and I'm here to bring you guys at home the latest fashion news from the biggest fashion capitals in the entire world. Now I'm currently in the heart of fashion. I'm in Shoreditch. Behind me is Shoreditch High Street Station and we're here to go to the home of Cutecircuit. I'm going to be interviewing the owner and finding out all about the amazing use of technology with fashion. It's something that's never been seen before. They're definitely the first within this market to give it a go and I could not be more excited to see what they've got in store for us.
My name is Francesca Rosella and I am Chief Creative Director at Cutecircuit. Cutecircuit is the first fashion brand that creates interactive fashion. Interactive fashion is beautiful looking, fashionable garments that have some micro technology built into it that can make it do magical things. The garments can communicate over distance, they can change color, they can be controlled from your iPhone, so they're really interactive. Many years ago, I was a normal fashion designer, and one of my first jobs out of school was at Valentino. So I really love haute couture, and I really love designing evening gowns. And then I had many other jobs, and I was designing accessories as well. And then back in 2001, I just kept having these ideas about making garments that could do a little bit more than just look pretty. And I really wanted to make garments that could communicate. And so I read this article about a research institute that was all about interaction design. And that was all about how to use new technologies to create experiences. And there I met Ryan, that is my co-founder. Why is Cutecircuit in London? Well, because London is a fantastic place for merging fashion and technology, because there is a really amazing understanding of design and the role of designers in society, but then there is also a really good understanding of technology and technology development, and there are many startups in London. So it was the perfect place, especially for an Italian and an American, to meet halfway and start a company, because there is so much support and the press really understands also what we're doing. So it was really fantastic, and people here are willing to experiment with fashion. And so it makes you feel more freedom to create something new. We were trying to invent new technologies. So if something didn't exist and we really wanted to make something happen, then we were given like a sort of a knowledge that allows us to come up with a new technology from scratch, and then be able to communicate with an engineer or a software programmer so that we can actually really explain our idea in detail and be able to make it happen. So one of my favorite pieces is the hug shirt. That is a t-shirt that lets you send hugs over distance. So if you're here in London and your best friend is in Paris and you want to send her a hug, you put on the hug shirt, you give yourself a squeeze, and sensors in the fabric capture where you're touching, how strong and how long. And all this data goes Bluetooth into your phone and is transformed into a hug message. And your friend on the opposite side of the world can receive this message, and their shirt is going to get warm and vibrate in the same area that you touched on your shirt. So it's a true touch telecommunication device that didn't exist before, because you could just send a text message or make a phone call, but communicating through touch makes people really, really happy. Well, getting the technology into the garments, it was really, really hard in the beginning. When we started 10 years ago, none of the materials that we use today existed, and so we had to invent new materials. For example, the first garments we created were sort of more self-contained systems. So maybe a garment would light up or change color and it would just do it on its own. And instead today we create garments that are connected. Basically you can control the color of your dress through your iPhone. Or your friends can control the color of your dress using the same app on their iPhone. So you can communicate again over distance with your friends in a playful manner. And of course, to develop this system, we need to do a lot of development in what is also not only the design of the garment itself and creating this magic fabric, we call it magic fabric, the fabric that can change color and light up, but we also had to develop an app and just make sure everything would work and be connected. So we dressed Katy Perry many times, and one of the latest things that she has worn is the eye miniskirt. And basically it's this miniskirt that can change color. And when she sang Roar at the Essence Festival in London, we spent 5 hours looking for tigers online, because we were really trying to find a tiger that was sort of in the forest winking at you. So basically the skirt is playing 25 frames per second video of this beautiful tiger that winks at you. So every time Katy sang and the eye of the tiger, this video would come out from her skirt, and it looks really beautiful. Even from a distance, it's sort of creating a display. It looks really smooth and really lovely, and I mean it's really realistic. So you can have little sparkling patterns and little abstract patterns, but then you can have something really detailed, like a moving image.
I've had the most amazing afternoon with Cutecircuit here in East London. The fact that you can create the pattern, the colour, the style of your garment through your iPhone is completely mind-blowing, and it just goes to show that the possibilities are just endless in terms of different design. I am definitely converted. If it's good enough for Katy Perry, it certainly is good enough for me. But sadly, that's all I've got time for today. You can catch me next time for more amazing fashion news straight from London. And if you know of a really hot, cool, different, quirky fashion brand or something you would like to see on the network, do get in touch with me, because we would love to hear from you. But until next time, I'll see you later.